It says I'm live, so I must be. Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Barb here with barbstamps.com, and it is a Thursday night because on Thursdays I am live on YouTube. Of course, unless I'm sick or out of town or it's a holiday. Mostly every Thursday night, I am live on the YouTube. So thank you guys for joining me. There was a bunch of you waiting for me to get on, so I don't know if because normally like you schedule your live and then it pops up in the feed. So I didn't actually do it. I kind of forgot. I mean, I knew I was going to be live, but I kind of forgot to schedule it until this morning. And so I wonder if that is going to make any difference as to how many people actually watch. So I guess we'll find out. So I'm excited to be here. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. I was live last week and I left a teeny bit early. Number one, because Kelly was going to be live on Stamp Happy Academy and I didn't want to coincide with that. And also my husband asked if I wanted to go out to eat. And so I said, of course, because who wants to cook? No one. We went to Perkins. I saw Janice say, how was your Cracker Barrel dinner? I wish I had been able to go to Cracker Barrel, but we don't have a Cracker Barrel here. So we have to go about 120 miles to find a Cracker Barrel. So we didn't do that, but we went to Perkins and it's good. It's just, like regular food. It's nothing spectacular, but I didn't have to cook it. So I had a chicken salad, which is what I typically have there unless I have breakfast. But I wasn't in the mood for breakfast. So I had a chicken salad. It was delicious. I had some leftover, so I brought it home. I had it for lunch the next day. So, yeah, it was a huge win for me that I didn't have to cook because, oh gosh, I hate cooking. And yesterday, I went to the grocery store, and in our grocery store, it's an Albertsons, which I believe is owned by Safeway, but I think it might be being purchased by Kroger. I don't know. There's things going on. Anywho, they have this like day old meat section. Like if they cut the meat and they stick it out for sale, it has to be sold by a certain date. Or I think they have to like discount it or take it away, something. Anyway, they always have a few things that didn't sell by the date and then they discount them like 30%. So I always check there when I go to the grocery store because I found some great deals there. And they had these pork ribs, like cut up. So they're like, I don't know, like a couple inches thick and then, 6-8 inches long. And they had them 30% off. I got a package of ribs, 2.5 pound package of ribs for $5.12. That's what we're having for dinner tonight. So we were going to have it last night. So I actually put some kind of Kansas City barbecue rub that I got from Pampered Chef a while ago, all over these, and I put them in the fridge for a few hours, and then I always try to cook them in the oven first before we put them on the barbecue. So I had slathered them in barbecue sauce, and I had just stuck them in the oven when my son got home, and it was obvious to me that he was not going to be home for dinner, and I said, "You're not going to be here for dinner?" He's like, "No." I said, "Why didn't you tell me? I'm having ribs." So my husband's like, "Well, you just stuck them in there, take them out, put them in the fridge. We'll have them tomorrow night," which is tonight. So I'm wondering if they're going to be either extra delicious because they've been marinating in the rub and the barbecue sauce for a long time, a whole day, or if they're going to be like too much. I guess we'll find out. So I have a note on the refrigerator upstairs in black marker that says, somebody put these ribs on the barbecue around 6 o'clock. So hopefully somebody will see that and get them outside on the barbecue before I'm done so that we can eat when I'm done. Anyway, you probably could care less about any of that. But I love getting meat at a discount because meat is expensive. And for us, I mean, I have a friend who used to live in California and she was from Montana. So she absolutely despised the meat that was in the California stores. She told me that when she would go to the grocery store in California, the meat was already brown. That's yucky. We don't do brown meat here. Our meat is red. And at the time, I don't know if it was just because it was old. I mean, not that it was old, but because it wasn't like super fresh. I don't really know. But anyway, she had her parents. They would buy meat in Montana and they would pack it in dry ice and put it on an airplane and fly it down to her so that she could have fresh meat from Montana. That was a little extra. She was a little extra. She's not watching me. At least I hope she's not watching me. Anyway, yeah, so I prefer to buy meat that's red. Um, when I see meat that's brown, not that it's icky by any means, but to me, it's just not as fresh as red. And now I don't know, over the course, this was 30 years ago. Maybe they do something now, so none of the meat's brown. I don't know. Anyway, that was just a funny story that I just thought about talking about meat. So, anywho, my son is outside right now trying to fix his car. I think you guys know my son has a lot of vehicles. None of them are very nice. He buys vehicles for like $500 or less, and then he claims that he doesn't care if he doesn't like to do any work to them because he's like, I only pay $250 for it. So if I get a couple years out of it, then it's well worth my money and it can die. Well, this car that he has is very much out of alignment. When yesterday my husband said, come look at this. So as you're looking like down the driver's side, you're looking from the back of the vehicle and you're looking down the driver's side and the tire is there and the tire is straight. And then you go over to the passenger side in the back and you're looking down the passenger side. The tire is curved in like maybe an inch or inch and a half. And my husband's like, that's why this tire is so bald, because you can't have one tire straight and one tire like this driving down the road. That just doesn't work. So he's out there right now in the garage trying to fix it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. That son of mine, I tell you, he's a crazy one. That's all I have. That's the only story that I have. It's not even that great of a story, but that's the only story I have about my son. He hasn't been doing stupid stuff lately, so I don't have any stories to tell about him. So there you go. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and flip the camera because, yeah, I don't have any other stories to talk about, really. That's exciting. I mean, I could probably come up with some really boring stuff, but who cares about that? Anyway, I'm going to flip the camera and then we're going to do some stamping because I have some stamping here to do. And I should be looking at your comments. I always forget to do that as I'm just blabbing away. But I should, because a lot of times you guys have good information to talk about. Okay, let me get this, the view set so that it's nice and straight the way I like it. Okay, I think that's good. And let's see, what do we got going on here on the, Tony says she likes meat as fresh as you can get it. I totally agree with you. Denise raises her and butchers her own, so hers is super fresh also. Yeah. Fresh meat. Oh, yeah. Judy says last week, since I got to go out to eat, I didn't have to clean the kitchen. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. There's something to be said about not cleaning the kitchen. Kim gets a half a cow from a farmer around the corner. Oh, my gosh. I bet it is. I bet it is. Mary's asking how my shingles are. You know what, Mary? I haven't had nothing. I think they're fine. I think they're gone. I mean, I don't want to say that or knock on something because, you know, then you say you're fine, then something happens. But I feel like they're okay. I don't feel really sick anymore. So I feel like everything is cleared up and life is good. So I'm very happy about that. I guess I do have one little ailment. I've got some tennis elbow going on. On, of course, my right hand. And of course, I'm right-handed. So that figures. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll get over it, you know, eventually. It'll get better. And yeah. I just found a gem that fell off this card. I was going to show you guys the stuff that I made last week because I did make some fun things last week. And then I did kind of change it up just a skosh. So last week, I can't remember if I made this direction of card or this direction of card, but either way, I made the second one. So I used this Take Your Pick tool wants to keep rolling into the frame. So I used I think it's Patchwork Pieces dies to make these two. I was going for a groovy 1970s kind of theme with the card that I made last week. And then I used the, what the heck is it called? Whatever these flowers are. There's flowers are. Cheryl said I did the hot dog way last week. Okay, so after I got done, because I had an extra one of these panels, I did the hamburger way. Basically the same thing, same sentiment, same flowers, everything. And so there you guys are. I still haven't gotten them up on my blog. Summer is kicking my butt. By the way, there is a free shot of that again. And then I also made this super cute fold and tuck card that I do have. I did make a standalone video. I kind of cropped out the video from last week. So there is a standalone. So if you do want to see how to make this, you can click on my name below the video after I'm done, of course. And then you can find this video and then you can check it out how to make this so flipping cute and fun with the Zany Zoo. I did get some happy mail. I got this card from Susan thanking me. I'm sure Dina and Kelly got one too. Thanking us for the catalog kickoff that we did back in May. We always love doing that. And just a little info for you guys. We have a new catalog that'll be coming out in September. So we will be doing another catalog kickoff in September. So just throwing that out there. Then I got this amazing card from Sherry, who is on here tonight. And oh my gosh, Sherry. So it came in a package and then it was this tied in beautiful red ribbon. And then I opened it up and oh my gosh, you guys, look at this card. This is like a birthday card that I can't even explain. Look at that. We've got some fun tags on the front. And then look at this. You open it up. There is a little tag in here. There's a little vellum pocket right here where she has some little drink mix packets. So cute. Then we have this cute little card that she has sent or written a nice little note to me. And then look at that. She sent me money. Oh my gosh, Sherry, you are so sweet. I'm going to be going to maybe Starbucks because I love me some Starbucks. There you go. And then look at this too. Is this not the funnest thing you guys have ever seen? I need to figure out how to make this because it's amazing. So Sherry, you are the sweetest human in the world. Thank you so much for this. I appreciate it so much. Okay. Put it back in its little special envelope there. And then in case you guys did not know, tomorrow is the last day to join Stampin' Up! In June and get that extra, what is it, $56 worth of product in your kit. So you get $155 worth of product for only $99 plus tax if you have tax where you live. So tomorrow is the last day to do this. I would love to have you join my team. If you are interested at all, have any questions at all, please email me, barb@barbstamps.com. I am more than happy to answer any of your questions. So there you go. All right. The Designer Series paper sale ends tomorrow as well. So if you wanted any of these Designer Series papers, you can still shop with me, shoppingwithbarb.com, and you can get any of these papers at 15% off. All right. I just mailed all my kits out for this class. I've got 2 left because they also wanted the Zany Zoo class. So those are going to be going out of here tomorrow. So I've got 4 of these classes left, I think. And I've shared the cards with you guys before. They are amazing. They use the standalone die set called Wanted to Say, which is a fantastic die set. It's pretty much got everything in it that you would need to make cards for multiple occasions. So there you go. Plus you get a lot of goodies in the kit too. And then of course, the Zany Zoo class. We just finished that up. The PDF is going to be going out of here tomorrow. And then along with the class kits, they will also be going out. So if you are interested in the Zany Zoo class, there's a link in the description of the video where you can sign up for it, and then I can send you a PayPal invoice. So here's a little sneak peek of the cards. They are so stinking cute. My PDF library on my blog is barbstamps.com/shop. There are lots of files and kits and whatnot there that you can purchase if you are so inclined, and I would love you a long time if you would buy some stuff. Adhesive kits, I always have those. They come in these cute little pouches. Oh, I had to grab something else. You get a liquid glue, glue dots, tear and tape, a seal, a clear ruler. Oh yeah, an adhesive eraser. Oh, adhesive eraser and a sand eraser. And what did I said? The glue dots already. Yeah. And then it all comes in a cute little bag. So there you go. Stamp Happy Academy. Dina did her live earlier this week, I believe. And so if you guys missed that and you're Stamp Happy Academy premium or live only members, you can go check that out. It stays on the website forever. Gosh, there's probably about 100 classes on there, live classes, showing you mostly how to use designer series papers. That's kind of what we started it for, but we have incorporated in color, like color combos and fun folds and some technique-y type stuff. So we're expanding our horizons a little bit with Stamp Happy Academy. So check it out. You definitely won't be sorry. Yeah, there you go. And then I always have cards for sale. I sell them for $25 pack of 20, and then you pay the shipping. You don't get to choose the cards. They're just in packets. This is a packet. I actually should probably send this to somebody and put a new packet up here, but yeah, so there's 20 handmade cards for $25 plus shipping. Okay, let's go project number 1. Which one do I want to do? I guess I'll do this one because we were talking about designer series paper. So I've got another cute little card with the designer series paper called Zoo Crew. This is what I used last week on my fold and tuck card, is the Zoo Crew designer series paper. And we're going to use it again on my card tonight. So I chose this zigzaggy pattern. Let's see. People are blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. And Janice, it was like 30 years ago. So I don't know where she was at. It was in LA somewhere. That's all I know. And like I said, it was 30 years ago. So I just remember her parents would pack it in dry ice and put it on an airplane to her. So she would have fresh meat from Montana. So lucky her. Anywho, so I chose this little zigzag pattern here, and I cut my piece to, I think it's 3 5/8 by 1 7/8. We are going to measure it because I can't remember. Yep, 1 7/8, 3 5/8. And you can see that I have colored this. So I used Lemon Lime Twist, Pool Party, and Petal Pink markers to color this. So do not be afraid to color your black and white paper. It makes it so much more fun. And I love black and white paper, and I love coloring it. So there you go. So I colored that. Get the paper out of the way. Here are some more pieces and parts. So I also have a piece that measures 3 3/4 by 7. Where's my trimmer? And we're going to score this at 2 inches. So we're going to put the long side at the top, line it up at the 2-inch mark, get the cutting blade out of the way, and then we're going to score that because we're going to make a little fold up pocket. Get a bone folder here. So we got a little fold up pocket here. And we are going to put our designer series paper on here. Like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Oh, I see Kathy, one of my team members, is on here. Hello, Kathy. Kathy and Sherry both live in Florida. So it's a little later there than it is for me. I think it's, 7 o'clock down there for you girls? Yeah, I think it should be about 7. Oops. All right, so we're going to set this right here at the bottom of this white layer. And we've got our cute little pocket here. So I have also taken a piece of Lemon Lime Twist, and I think this is I'm lying. It's 3, wait a minute. Yeah, 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And we are going to tuck this down in here like so. And if you want, you can glue it in, or you can just leave it out, whatever you want to do. We are going to bring in a piece of ribbon. So this is the ribbon that kind of goes with this collection. And so we're going to cut off a little chunk there. And if you do leave this, if you want to glue it down, you can. If you don't want to glue it down, then you can use it as a little pull-out piece. So I am going to get that on there, and I'm going to try to center it. And then I've got a stapler here. Stampin' Up! Used to sell this. They don't anymore, but you guys probably have a stapler of some sort. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use some glue dots first because I can't do this the way I want to do it without them. That way they'll stick to the paper, and then I can get my stapler where I want it to be. Okay, so that And then I'm going to there. And I guess you wouldn't have to staple it. In fact, you could just, we won't staple it. We'll just use glue dots and call it good. Okay, so I'm going to stick this pin back in here so I don't end up losing it and then, you know, tragedy strikes. Okay, so I'm not going to glue this in. I'm going to leave it free so that you can pull it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a gift card in there. My daughter is a huge crumble cookie fan, and so she has these crumble cookie gift cards that she has used already. And so I'm going to use, so of course you would give somebody one that's not used, probably. Just guessing that you would probably do that. So then I'm going to slide this down to the bottom. I'm going to try to put it in the middle, and then I'm going to stick it down. So, and I'm not going to close up the sides with glue. Oh, goodness. What did I do with the glue dot? Oh, I didn't even get a glue dot off. That's what happened. I'm like, what the heck? Why did that not stick down? Okay, I can see. That's how it's going to be today. Oh, man. That's funny. Okay, so we're going to try to get that centered. Now I have a glue dot on it. They actually have this week my favorite cookie, which is the fruit pizza cookie. But we don't have a crumble cookie here, so it makes me sad. But they have one close to where she lives. So anyway, so then I've got another piece of this ribbon, or up from the ribbon pack. This is the lemon lime twist, and this is how I'm going to close up this. I'm just going to string it across, and then I'm going to wrap it to the back, and of course tape it with the Scotch tape, because it wouldn't be Barb if it wasn't taped with Scotch tape. And this is how I'm going to keep my little pocket closed. Okay. Because then this layer is going to go on this layer of black that I believe is 4 by 5 1/4. Yep, 4 by 5 1/4. So, whoops, I'm going to get some adhesive here. There we go. And we're going to get this white onto this black, centering it. There we go. And then the black is going to go on a 1/4 sheet of Pool Party. So the Pool Party is going to measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay. So there we go. And so then my little piece will pull out if you so desire it to. Then I also have a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece for the back. So that way, if you wanted to write a note, do a little stamping, you absolutely could. I did take one of the dies out of the Zany Zoo die sets. They have this cute little scallop edge, which is supposed to be like the curtain. So, you know, you've got like the stage and you've got the top curtain, but you can also just use it as a scallop border. And it does give you a fun little kind of embossed piece there. I don't know if you guys can see that very well. I hope so. So I'm just going to put this on the bottom just to kind of jazz it up just a little bit. And then it will give me a place to write a note if I so desire. Which if I'm giving somebody a crumble cookie gift card, I'm probably going to write them a note. Even though this one's used. It wouldn't be used if I was getting it. Okay. So... whoops, come on. Yep, there we go. And then we're going to put this on the back. And then we've just got a couple of more little fun things to do to the front. And then it's done. I love making little pocket cards for gift cards. So I have a, let's see, this is from the Stylish Shapes. It's a circle. It's out of Petal Pink, and it is the second largest circle. Okay, so we're going to stick that on here, and we're going to try to cover up our gift card so that it's kind of like a surprise. You know, somebody might not realize it's there. I mean, they probably would, but you know, we're going to try to surprise them a little bit. So I'm going to put just a tiny bit of adhesive. Actually, I'm going to use liquid glue down here at the bottom. I feel like the liquid glue will work pretty good. Make sure we're going to get it on there. That should work. And what's really fun about this designer series paper, you guys, is it has so many cute little animals that you can just cut out. And I have done that. Oh, I'm like, what did I do with it? And so I cut this cute little koala bear who is juggling cupcakes. It should be cookies since we're crumble cookies, but you go with what you can. And I did cut some clouds. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use the clouds or not. I thought maybe we could put some clouds back here, but I don't know. I don't think the clouds are really going to work. So we're going to scrap the cloud idea, but we are going to put this cute little thing on here with some dimensionals. I think I'm going to use some minis also. Mini. Okay. Yeah, the clouds just weren't working. In my mind, I thought they might work, but in reality, it's a no-go. Okay. So I didn't do any stamping and die cutting. I didn't do any stamping at all on this. All right, so we already have the ground here. You know what I might do though? I might color in the belly of this koala with the light petal pink marker. I hope this doesn't look crappy. Just because I feel like there's too much white. So we're going to go with that. Okay. So that's basically the card. It's done. So if you want to, you can add that little fun part of it, or you could not add that if you didn't want to. We have the fun little back of it. So you guys, there are so many cute cards you can make with this set, and they don't have to be for kids. Like, I could give this to anybody with a gift card in it, and anybody would be happy to have it. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of people feel like the Zany Zoo bundle is for kids. It's absolutely not just for kids. It's absolutely for anybody. So just a little plug. I do have kits available for my class. So if you're interested, the link is in the description. Ugh, my internet. I do not understand why. It wasn't even hot today. Oh, wait, we are having... It looks kind of cloudy out there. Maybe we're going to have some storms. I mean, that's not going to be good for me because I can't be live if there's storms going through here. Ugh. All right. Well, thankfully, right now we're still live, so hopefully that stays. Okay. So this next card, we're going to use some more designer series papers. We're going to use the little package of Gingham. This is the Glorious Gingham, and it is also part of the DSP sale this month. So you still have tomorrow to get it. Oh, that Canadian smoke. Yikes. Fortunately, we are not below where the fires are. So the smoke is kind of coming into the US, but it's not coming over towards Wyoming. It's going towards the east. And I feel bad for you guys because smoke is the worst. We do get a lot of smoke here in the summertime when the fires start, but with all the rain we've had, maybe we'll get lucky and not have fires this year. Knock on something. Okay. So what I've got here is I've got a bunch of squares. They're all 1 1/4 inch square. And I have 3 berry burst, 3 lemon lime twist, and then 2 blueberry bushel. And why did I only pick 2 blueberry bushel? Because my card base is blue, and then my focal point is going to be the blue also. So I thought that just having 2 of those would work out pretty good. All right, so we are going to take all of our little squares and we're going to put them onto a layer of white. This is a 4 by 5 1/4, nothing special about it. And I feel like this is how I'm gonna put them on, I think. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna do a blue, and then maybe a berry, and then this. Something like this, maybe? Is that how I want it to be? Let me make sure that's how I want it to be. Like that. Nope. I think these are switched. I'm cheating. I'm looking at something else that I have already done in the past to kind of figure out how I actually want them on there. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. Oh gosh, so many of you guys are having poor air quality. That's just no good. It's no good when you have poor air quality because you can't go outside. You can't have your windows open. Yeah, it's not good. Okay, so I'm going to try. I should have already done this because this is going to take a while. And sometimes I hate having you guys wait. And then if my internet's not going to cooperate, then we don't need to be wasting time gluing pieces of paper onto something. But we're going to have to, because that's just the way it is. Okay. And so what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stick all the corner pieces on first, and I'm trying to put them in the corners with like equal distance on the two sides. Okay, I hope that makes sense, because these pieces are cut so that they should fit in here nicely. Okay, so now we can come back in with these here. Oh my gosh, somebody said it was 100 degrees today in Kansas. That sounds horrendous. Yikes. That sounds too hot. I've heard it's been really hot in Texas too. Oh gosh. Okay. So you just kind of do your best trying to line them up. Sometimes it's harder than other times to get them, perfectly spaced, but don't worry about it too much, because we will have other things going on the card that will hopefully take away from the fact that I don't have these on here perfect, is what it is. Okay, so we've got all those on, and then we can add this to the front of the card. So like I said, this is a blueberry bushel card base. And then we've got lemon lime twist and berry burst. There we go. Okay. Then I also have a piece of lemon lime twist that is, I think it's 2.5 inches square. Yes. And I need a piece of white. So my piece of white is going to be 2 3/8 inch square. And this is my little photo trimmer. I use it probably every week that I'm live. I love it so much. Stampin' Up! Had it as a freebie for people that joined during celebration one time. They don't have it anymore, but you can get them on Amazon. I do have a link in the description of this video if you're interested in getting one. Okay, so my 2 3/8 inch square piece, I'm going to do some stamping on. So let me get the scratch paper out, and we are going to be using the adorable Sweet Songbirds stamp set. I haven't used it in a hot minute. It's just one of those things. You have to get a new catalog, and there's just so many things to use, and you just can't use them all. But I thought, what would be perfect? Blue, and of course a bird would be perfect blue. So we've got a few stamps here and things. Got the branch. And the branch, I am going to stamp in pecan pie. I've got the little leaf thing here that I'm going to do in lemon lime twist. So let me go ahead and do that first. So I'm going to kind of stamp this about like so. And then I'm going to have my branch come in. And we're going to ink this up in the pecan pie. And then I'm going to try to line it up. There we go. I think we did a decent enough job there. All right. Then we've got our blueberry bushel. And now I'm not using the punch. I'm just using the small bird that doesn't come with the punch. Or this doesn't have a punch. So I've got the birdie inked up. And the birdie is going to sit on the branch about like so. And then I'm going to use the berry burst. And this tiny little flower. What did I do with it? There it is. This tiny little flower. And we are going to stamp our tiny little flower a few places on here. So we're getting all of our colors in. There we go. Okay, so I think, look at, I just see this. That tells me that I just got ink on my thumb. So let me lick that off and wipe it on my black pants. Okay, so I want to do eyes. I'm going to use some StazOn, because StazOn is like super black. Even though Memento is black, StazOn sometimes is blacker, if that even makes sense. So I am going to stamp some eyes here. These are the cute little closed eyes. I love them. So there we go. And then I do have the memento for my sentiment, which is a little note of thanks, which I'm going to stamp right up here at the top. There we go. We also need a wing. So I did already do the wing. I just inked it up in the blueberry, stamped it on a piece of white, and then punched it out with the punch. So I did use the punch, but not for the bird, but for the wing. I'm trying to find my glue dots here, and I just found them. All right, so we're going to use a glue dot. And we'll add the cute little wing right here to the edge. My gosh, it's so cute. Oh, and then I did want to use my blueberry bushel marker. This is the dark. And I'm going to use the bullet tip. And I am just going to put a dot right in the center of each of these flowers. Just enough so that it's colored. Okay, so now we can add this to our layer of lemon lime. Why is there some ink on that? Let's flip that over. Good thing Stampin' Up! Paper has two sides. Just kidding. Every paper has two sides. Okay, so we have that. And now we're going to bring that into this little open spot here. And I'm going to add it with some dimensionals. Oh, music notes, somebody says. I don't know, because there's not a whole lot of room left on here. Maybe I could. I don't know. It wasn't in my plan, and so I don't want to stamp it and then hate it and then be committed. So I'm committed to not having music notes, but they would be pretty cute, I think, if I had thought about it beforehand. Okay, so I do want to pop this little section up. I thought it looked really cute, just a little bit above everything else. And so we're going to slide this. Actually, I'm going to try to line it up with these two pieces here. And then that should be cute. Oh my gosh, so cute. I also have a little piece for the inside. And you know what? I think I'm just going to do the exact same thing. I think I'm just going to stamp the branch, stamp the leaves, stamp everything. And yeah. We'll just do it all the same. And I'm going to do it down here at the bottom so that somebody there, you can still put a message in there if you desire to put a message in there. So I'm going to do everything basically the same as I already did it. Okay. Where's my birdie? Here we go. I got a mess. We've always got a mess. But that's okay. All right. Stamp our little friend. I don't think I need the blue anymore. I do need the berry burst so we can stamp some more cute little flowers because they're so cute. There we go. Oh, somebody is saying to do me a thumbs up. Yes, please. Beverly says, give me a thumbs up. Yes, the YouTube algorithm really likes engagement. So they love it when you guys chit chat in the comments. They love it when you give me a thumbs up. They love it when you share it. So I think you can share it sometimes. Maybe you can share it on YouTube. I don't know. I'm not the queen of everything YouTube and all the stuff that goes along with it. I just like to stamp, you know? And if I could just stamp all the time, I would be happy. But we don't get to stamp all the time because there's always book work to do too. And book work is boring. Very, very boring. I need a wing. So hold on while I get a wing here. Ugh, that was terrible. Let's try that again. There we go. Now we got a wing. Okay. And we have a punch to punch out the wing. There we go. And I need a glue dot. Oh, I need some eyes. This bird looks a little bit psycho without any eyes. Where's my eyes? There we go. let's do the stays on again and give this bird some eyes. Yay! Okay, and now we're just going to add it to the inside. The squares are 1 1/4 inch each, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 8 of them. So you need 3, 3, and 2. So I guess I kind of figure, you know, if you're going to do something like what I did, really bold colors, do the 2 the same color as like your card base, so that you have, like I have all this blue going on. If I had 3 blue squares, I think it might be too much blue. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're deciding, you know, what to do. And I'll show you guys my inspiration card. I found this going through some things this past weekend. Here was my inspiration card. This was a card that I made, I don't even remember when, a while ago, obviously. So anyway, yeah, super cute layout, super simple, uses up those great scraps that we all try to get rid of. And you know what? I did have a bow here. This is strawberry or sweet sorbet. Duh, not strawberry. Sweet sorbet, but it kind of goes with the berry burst. And I was maybe going to stick a bow up here, but I just don't know if it actually, I don't think it needs it, you know. I don't want to throw it on there just to throw it on there, because I don't think it needs it. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to leave it as it is because it's cute the way it is. Okay. Get rid of some of these things that are around here that we don't need. And then we can move on to our final card, which is equally as cute, I might add. And there's the inside. Okay. So here's what we have. We have Misty Moonlight card base, Misty Moonlight layers cutting on. And then I have used the Wanted to Say dies because they're at the forefront of my mind right now because of my class that I just got done designing. My internet's doing its thing again. Stop it, internet. I'm going to have to call the internet guy and say, look, this is ridiculous. You need to quit. You need to come out here and fix my internet. Okay. So we've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of white. We're going to cut it at kind of an angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it this way. And this point is going to go at about 1.5 inches on my trimmer. So here's 1.5. Okay, so about 1.5. And then this point over here is going to go to the edge. Or no, it's this one here. Sorry, I lost my head. So we've got 1.5 on one side, and then the edge of the trimmer on the other side. Okay, so nothing exact, just this. Okay, so we're just going to cut that off. So now we have cut some little diagonal kind of fun pieces. Okay, so we are going to now stamp on this piece. And so I'm going to bring in my scratch paper and my foam mat because I'm using photopolymer stamps. And I'm going to use some stamps from the two-tone Flora stamp set. So I'm using this little guy here, the leaves, and this little flower grouping here. And then I also found this cute little dot image in the Artistically Inked. So I've got that also. Now, I got my color combination off of the color coach. So I pulled out my color coach, and I think I have a link to this in the description of this video if you are interested in printing your own. And I was looking at Misty Moonlight, and the color combination of Misty Moonlight, Flirty Flamingo, and Petal Pink is on this card. And I thought, oh, I don't know how that's going to look, but I'm going to try it. I'll try it. So that's what we're going to go with. Misty Moonlight, Flirty Flamingo, and Petal Pink. So I have all those ink pads. There we go. So we're going to open them all up. Set them all out here. Okay. And we're going to do some stamping. Here's my little dots. And here are my flower stamps. So my big flower I'm going to do in Flirty Flamingo, but I am going to use some tape just in case there's like some, what do you call that? When you have dust. When you have dust on your stamps. The tape will get the dust off. Okay, so I'm going to start out by why is this like that? I don't know. That's kind of weird. I thought maybe I stamped the wrong color in there, but it's Flirty Flamingo. Okay. So I'm going to start by just kind of stamping some flowers here. Here's one, and one that's maybe twisted the other direction, and one another direction over here. And then I'm going to bring the leaves in the misty moonlight, and we're going to add some leaves to the flowers. Let's see, this kind of goes like that. Okay. Then I'm going to bring in the little flower grouping here, and we're going to try to, I didn't leave quite enough space in between those. I should have left a little more, but you know, I didn't. Is what it is. Maybe right here. So we're just doing what I like to call some random stamping right now. So I do need to be mindful of where I want to stamp things, and I think I'm gonna put that there. And then I will kind of stamp this off a little bit. And then I can stamp these right here. And again, we are going to bring in the leaves. And let's see, how do we want to do this? Maybe something like this, where we're going to have a leaf there, and then we're going to put a flower, just a part of a flower, just so we have some color there. And I also decided to bring in some balmy blue for my little tiny dots, because I thought the balmy blue would be just kind of the perfect color and the perfect stamp to kind of fill in where we were missing some things. So that's what I'm doing here. That, and let's see, what do I want to do up there? I think I am going to just bring a flower here. Do that. And then maybe a little dot. Down here, I think I'm going to do some petal pink, and then maybe a leaf like that, and then maybe some dots. So we just have some random stamping done here. I'm going to push my ink pads up there. Okay. And then we're going to add this to our layer of Misty Moonlight with some dimensionals. So that's kind of a key thing, is to use the dimensionals. Where are, I keep losing them. Here's my dimensionals. So I'm going to add my dimensionals here. And maybe there. And of course there. And maybe like this. And so you guys definitely use that color coach. I had no idea what color combination I wanted to use. I kind of wanted to use Misty Moonlight because we have this Misty Moonlight ribbon. So this is basically what just made me decide to use Misty Moonlight. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to use Misty Moonlight, what colors coordinate with Misty Moonlight? So I pulled open that color coach, and I was actually kind of surprised. I thought, Flirty Flamingo and Petal Pink, seriously? But I thought, okay, we'll give it a try. We'll see what happens. And I was very surprised and happy at how the colors went together so awesome. Very happy. Okay, so now I need to tie a knot with my ribbon here. And sometimes when you have ribbons that are only like patterned on one side, it's hard to tie a knot where you can have the whole, all of it shown. So I'm going to try to twist that and twist this so that I get the whole ribbon. And I think I did a pretty good job of getting that done the way I want to. Where's my scissors for ribbon? Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to snip that off. All right. So we've got the ribbon. I've got my happy birthday here. I'm going to try to quickly add some glue. This is a teeny tiny little glue bottle. It's got a cute little point on it. And I had a different bottle once before, but then somebody gifted me with a whole bunch of these. And I actually like this kind better. I don't know what the deal is with the tip of this, but it does not turn the glue yellowy rusty. And then the metal tip does not rust. So it's a lot better than the one that I was using previously. Whoa, I almost flicked that into my ink pad. That would have been a terrible tragedy. All right, so let's just add a tiny bit more glue here. I don't know if you guys can actually see what I'm doing, but I'm just very lightly adding a very skinny bead of glue around the whole thing. And then I'm going to come down here and try to get it placed without making a mess. We did it. Okay. I'm going to add this with dimensionals also. So we can use a few big ones, I think. Actually, we might be able just to use big ones. Yeah, that'll work. Now, I'm going to throw a small one up there on the H just to make sure it's going to be good. All right, so I'm going to put this down towards the bottom of the card, like as far as I can go to the bottom. There we go. And then I'm going to add my ribbon. So I'm going to have my knot be about right here. So I'm going to pull my loop and I'm going to cut it off so that I have enough ribbon to wrap around the back, and I have enough ribbon to wrap around the back over here also. Okay, so I'm going to hold my knot in place, and then I'm going to wrap that to the back and tape it down, and I'm going to hold my knot again. I'm going to pull this direction. We're going to go underneath that H, and we're going to get that taped down also. Okay, so that's what we have so far. Here's our card base. Where is the bone folder? There we go. I need to trim these ends off now. There's 1 and 2, and then we're going to add our adhesive. Actually, I'm going to go liquid glue on this. And I have another one of these, you guys, with another color combination to share with you. Also, let me get this together, and then I will bring that other one in and show you another color combination. But how fun is that? And when you cut that piece of paper, you actually get another one, so you could make another card basically exactly the same as this one. We've got a layer for the inside. So I'm just going to quickly like stamp the same thing that I just had stamped. Basically, and then the tiny blue dots. There we go. We'll add this to the inside. Get some of this stuff out of the way. And we'll get this in the middle. Okay. So here it is in all of its glory. So much fun. So pretty. Let me get some of this ink closed up so I don't, stick my fingers in it, since I'm having a problem and I've got ink all over my hands. And are you guys ready? Here's my other card that I did. Lemon Lolly. Look at that. Lemon Lolly, Azure Afternoon, Pool Party, and then I brought in a tiny bit of Parakeet Party. So there is another layout for you, and I used the Lemon Lolly ribbon, and for this one I did white as my thick layer for my happy birthday, and then the Azure Afternoon for the top layer. So oh my gosh, how much fun. And I'm pretty sure, let me look here, if that was a combination that I found in here. Let me see. The Pool Party, it was not. What about the lemon? Was it one of the Lemon Lolly combos? I can't remember if I made this up. I mean, I find that hard to believe that I would have made this up, but who knows? Why can't I not find the Lemon Lolly? Oh, it's after the coral. Hold on. There it is. Azure Afternoon. Nope. I must have just kind of made this up. Or did I look on the Azure After? Oh, look at that. It's in the Azure Afternoon card. Azure Afternoon Lemon Lolly Pool Party. So I didn't make it up. So I used my color coach again for both of these color combinations, you guys. So definitely print that off. It's in the link in the description of the video. It's free. You print it off, cut it apart, put it on a book ring, and you will have some amazing color combinations. So we have those two cards. We have this fun little square card. And then we have our cute little gift card. So I hope you guys enjoyed the projects today. Thank you so much for joining me. I would appreciate thumbs ups, sharing, comments. I try to answer them. I've been really bad about answering comments, you guys, but I'm going to try this weekend. My husband's working this whole weekend, so I'll have time because I'll be by myself. So I'll try to answer some comments. The links to purchase my classes are in the description of the video. And I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And I will see you next week. Have a safe and happy 4th of July weekend. I guess that's it. I hope my ribs were started too. We'll see when I go upstairs. You guys are funny. I'll let you know next week if somebody started my ribs. If not, I guess I'm going out there and doing it myself. All right, guys. Have a great week. Safe 4th, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.